1 second, people. Hold on. Where the hell is the Uber? 12 minutes. Okay. All right, bye. Hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. How are you all doing today? I hope you are having an amazing day. My day is a lot better than it's been these last 2 days. Okay. I literally just called my mom a cab. That's what I was doing. That's what was taking so long for me to get here on time. Okay. She got to get to the airport. Her flight is in 2 hours. She should have been at the airport 2 hours ago. Okay, listen, we'll deal with that when we get there. We'll deal with that when we get to it. Before we begin, as always, please don't forget to like this video. Like it now because you're going to forget to like it later. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty, and this is Pretty is Political. I hope you are having a great day. So Beyonce is not having a good day. Beyonce is not having a good week, okay? And we're here to talk about it. Listen, there are crows flying over. It's not real, okay? There are paratroopers on their way thinking they gonna float into Iran. We'll deal with that later. We will deal with that later or tomorrow because what, Sway? Okay, I just want to have a little bit of fun today. It's been a hard 2 days for me. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun. All right. A little bit more maintenance, and then we'll move on to today's show. Again, it's about all the things Beyonce is going through because Beyonce is going through it, child. Beyonce is going through it. I like B. She ain't never did shit to me, but Beyonce, her Beyonce family is ragtag. Hello? 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 Okay, here we go. The mic, that's what that notification was. The mic went out. All right, so we are back. Thank you. So, again, before we get into the Beyonce news, a little bit of maintenance. So, guys, I told y'all my kid is going away this summer again. All right, we're so excited. I crashed out the other day, if y'all were here. I got a call from her school telling me she did not win the prize that paid for the trip. Now, the prize that the trip is damn near $6,000. I ain't got $6,000, okay? And we were really hoping for her to get this prize. Now, I didn't tell her until yesterday because she had her SAT yesterday, and I didn't want to bum her out, the day before her SAT, so she'll bomb it. I told her yesterday she was falling apart. Shout out to good friends. Can I say that? Shout out to good friends. I told my bestie and she offered to pay for it. Now I'm going to pay her back. I will pay her back because we were too late to apply for any other scholarship opportunities. She's worked so long for this shit. So shout out to my bestie. She literally offered to pay for it. Shout out to Black girls with money. Okay. So she literally offered to pay for it. All I have to do is pay for the flights. Okay. All I have to do is pay for her flight. It's a specific flight with the chaperone and all the other kids will be on, but I have to pay for the flights. So all donations from now, I got to buy this flight by at least the beginning of June. Okay. So all donations that we get from now until the beginning of June is going towards that flight. Okay, so thank you. Donate on any platform you need to. All the information is going down below. Or if you have American airline credits that you want to give to the Joe, so we can send baby beauty to fucking Rome so she can speak her Latin and do all her shit. It is thoroughly appreciated. Okay, so all donations are thoroughly appreciated. I got to get this flight together, and then I got to figure out how to pay my homegirl back, but it'll be all right. I'm just excited we were able to figure it out, because her not going wasn't really an option. So I preface this show with that, and I'll be mentioning this shit every day until we get that flight. Currently, that flight is like 1,200 and change. Okay, I'm hoping it'll go down, but for right now, they not playing. Okay, Rome ain't cheap. All right, so let's get into Beyonce. Okay, shout out to Beyonce. Shout out for her, because she's been dealing with it, child. She has been going through it. We're gonna start with the Jay-Z um GQ interview. Again, I have articles for all of these things, so we'll go through them real quick. So Jay-Z explains why he refused to settle SA lawsuit. It ain't in my DNA. The rapper spoke about the case in a wide-ranging interview, saying the weight it put on him and his family was horrible. I can imagine. Jay-Z is ready to talk about the fallout of the SA lawsuit brought against him. We spoke about that when it happened. It was hard, really hard. I was heartbroken. Jay-Z, who real name is Sean Carter, told GQ in a wide-ranging interview published on Tuesday. Mind you, I'm getting this from Entertainment Weekly, okay? Excuse me. In the civil lawsuit filed in December 24, an anonymous woman alleged that Jay R-word her when she was 13 at the MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000, alongside Diddy. The Jane Doe plaintiff then voluntarily dismissed her lawsuit in early 2025, according to legal documents obtained by E! At the time. Jay-Z also maintains that the allegations against him were false, calling them frivolous, fictional, and appalling. Okay. In a statement to Entertainment Weekly following the case's dismissal, attorney for the plaintiff did not immediately respond to requests for comment at the time. He says, "I'm glad we got right to that so we can just get that out the way." The 55-year-old added to GQ. Like, I was really heartbroken by everything that occurred. We're in a space now where it's almost like consequences is not thought about enough, because everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right. I do kind of comprehend what he's saying. I told y'all, if it came to pass that shit was true, FJ. I'm a girl from Brooklyn. I fuck with Jay-Z. I like Jay-Z. And I personally, and I told y'all then, and I'm telling y'all now, I personally didn't think he did it. He don't give me that energy. Hold on, my mom in this damn flight. Hold on. Sorry, she was waiting for her Uber and I had to call. What's wrong with old people? Can I just ask this real quick? I'm in New York City. Ma'am, you're up the block from Mar-a-Lago. Why the fuck I gotta call your Uber from New York City for your ass in Florida? How the fuck does that work? Okay. Speaking of that, in my mama's district, flip Mar-a-Lago. Hello? We'll get into that in another video, probably tomorrow. But let's continue with this Jay-Z situation. Okay. Yeah, and anyway, like I was saying, I personally didn't think he didn't give me that energy. I know dudes. I know Brooklyn dudes very well. Not to say, of course, there are a plethora of men all over the world, all over New York, all over Brooklyn that will take it. Okay, there's a plethora of them. But Jay-Z just never gave me that energy. Okay, but again, I wasn't there. If anything was to come out, off with his head. Okay, but for now, let's read this article. He said, I know the weight that is going to bring on my family. I can't do it. No, what did he say? Instance, you know what I'm okay. It says, as for why he refused to settle the lawsuit before he was dismissed, Jay-Z said, it ain't in my DNA. Basically, I ain't gonna plead guilty just to get this shit over with. Hell fucking no. Okay. He continued, if I settled, make that thing go away. And for me, it would have been cheaper. Yes, cheaper, quicker. Move on with your life. I knew what was coming. I wasn't naive. I called again after my family, my partner. They were like, what do you need to help? Don't even worry. In a phone call, not even I gotta go to the board with this. It was like a testament because people know me, like know who you are, and that's impossible. Okay, like we know who you are, and that's impossible. Not only are we standing by you, but what do you need? Okay. I was tongue tied for a second. Jay-Z shared that his and Knowles' eldest daughter, Blue Ivy, defended him in her own way, wearing a jersey with Jay-Z on the back to school. I was just in the corner, like tears coming down. Seriously, I have that. It's priceless, he said of the supportive gesture amid a difficult time. People can say that they'll always be there for you, but it's a very rare that you're going to have to exercise it. And in the darkest moments for me, I got to see those sort of things. Jay-Z also discussed how difficult it was to have the news of the lawsuit come out on the night of Blue Ivy's premiere of Disney's Mufasa, The Lion King, in which she made her feature film debut as the voice of Princess Cara, alongside her mom, Queen Nola. He said, I'm still dealing with that. The 99 Problems rapper said of the experience, because that's a horrible thing to put on someone. It was like released the night of my daughter's premiere. Of course, that's a question of whether or not to attend because this is her moment. But our family, we are a tight unit. Jay-Z told GQ that the allegations took a lot out of him and he needed the people around him more than ever. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Listen, if somebody put some shit on you that you didn't do, I'd be mad too. Okay. Listen, I do a lot of shit. And this is the mentality of New York people. You ain't gotta put shit we didn't do on us, bitch. We done did a lot of shit. Okay. You can call my spade on a lot of shit that I done did that I shouldn't have did. But what you not gonna do is lie on me. There is enough facts. There's enough actual allegations and things that I probably didn't do. And, Jay probably was like, bro, I was a drug dealer. He probably didn't unalive somebody. But to say that he took some Uzi, if he ain't take no Uzi, that shit would have blew his mind. It would have blew my mind too. I'd have been pissed. Okay. So he was angry. And the fact that he admitted that he was angry as fuck. He ain't been this angry since he was in the projects, okay? That's what he's saying, okay? He's like, I was angry as fuck. I like that. because it says, it reads authentic. Because he'll be like, I was hurt. Yeah, I was mad. I was mad. Yes, underneath the anger is hurt. But bitch, I'm angry. That's what he's saying, okay? Um to walk through that because if I put those things in my other people like me. Yeah. Trouble, anger. He said, you don't put that on someone. That's a thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. You had to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person, especially a person like me. Even when we were doing the worst things, we had those kinds of rules. What did I just say? What did I just say? You gotta come on now. You gonna put some shit on me, put the truth on me. Don't be lying. Don't be adding Fugala to my name. It's enough Fugala on my name, okay? You don't need to add more. All right, it's there already. Okay. Shit. Say you suing him because your mama died from the drugs he sold back in the day. Some shit, something that he could have been like, okay. But come on. You hear those sayings, but those are the things that I took from the streets. You live and died by that. So it's strict for me. It's like meant a lot to me. Basically, stand on business. Stand on business. Don't be lying on me, ho. Okay, Jay-Z added, I took that really hard. I knew what we were going to walk through that because, first of all, it's not true. And the truth at the end of the day still reigns supreme. His accuser admitted that she made some mistakes in her recollection of the assault, blah, blah, blah. He said, you should always fight for what happens to you. The plaintiff told the outlet at the time, you should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life. I just hope it can give others the strength to come forward like I came forward. That's what the person who dropped the lawsuit said. Okay, so that happened. That sucks. Sorry for our girl for our girl B, because that sucks. It sucks. Okay, like, you put them allegations on my man is crazy, especially if that's not who he is. And I've told y'all, I don't see it. I don't know Jay-Z personally, but I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from the hood. I know a couple of motherfuckers like Jay-Z, and that's just people. You understand people's character and personality. These motherfuckers got similar. They ain't necessarily like that. Okay. So that's my opinion. Again, if I'm wrong, off with his head. But I don't think Jay was out here back in the day taking it from people. Okay. Yeah, he was a little older when he dated Beyonce and all of that stuff. Yeah. But it was not a taboo like it is now. Not saying that it's okay. I believe she was an adult, but I'm just saying that's not the equivalent of somebody accusing you of taking the ussy, All right, so let's continue. So now, not that Beyonce didn't have enough to deal with, because she knew this GQ interview was coming out. And the GQ interview was probably slated to already come out, and they knew when it was coming out, and their whole family probably knew when it was coming out. And then you get Solange's son, stupid ass. Child, I got a People magazine article, and we'll get into that. But Solange's son, Julez. This is why Solange just be shaking her head at that little boy. It's something when a boy mom just be like side-eyeing her son. Solange's son, Julez, who is like 21 right now. I remember I was like, he's 21. I was like 20 something when he was born, like 22, 23. So he's like 21. Child, why Solange's son is out here dating Tommie Lee. Okay. Tommie Lee from Love and Hip Hop. Y'all know the Tommie Lee. Tommie Lee that is so fucking crazy and violent that they literally stopped production of Love and Hip Hop to get her the fuck up out of there. They literally stopped. She's on Bad Girls Club now fighting and shit, but they stopped production of Love and Hip Hop because of how much of a fucking fool Tommie Lee was out here being. Stopped production. I've never in my life seen them stop production of any of the Love and Hip Hops, any of the Real Housewives. I've never seen it happen. They stopped production. Okay, because she's so fucking violent and fucking crazy. Okay, so not only is Julez allegedly dating someone who is double his age, twice his age. She's 42. Okay, 40 fucking 2. Okay, not only is he dating a 42-year-old. Okay, Tommie is she's beautiful. We know, we get it. She's beautiful. But not only is he dating someone who's double his age, she dating someone that's half his age. Beyonce's fucking nephew, is dating the most ghetto person to ever grace the cast of Love and fucking Hip Hop. She got Suki beat. He could have been better off with Sukihana. Well, okay, no, not really, because Sukihana did do that little OnlyFans situation. So, okay. But, girl, let me get this article together so we can talk shit about it. So, 21-year-old, she's 41. I don't even believe she's 41. I think she's older than that. She's lying on her age. You know what's grown, bitch. I don't lie on my age. I tell y'all, I'm 45 and what? Fine, okay. Just making sure this lady is in a cab. Okay, she's in a cab. She about to hit the airport. Her flight is at 2:00. Why Ross is she leaving? All right. So this is from People. Very credible sources, People. Solange's 21-year-old son, Julez, sparked romance rumors with reality star Tommie Lee, 41. Oh, my goodness. Daniel, you know what? I thought his name was like Daniel or something like that, but he goes by Julez. Okay. Daniel, Jules, whatever, sparked rumors of a romance after being spotted out with reality star Tommie Lee. Okay. He's Beyonce's nephew. You know how people like to give you the need to know, just for the people who don't know. Okay. Daniel Julez, I guess that's what the J is for. But why? Never mind. I'm sorry, people. I'm here trying to correct y'all fucking punctuations. Daniel, okay, and Tommie Lee are sparking romance rumors. The 21-year-old model, who is the son of Solange Knowles and her former husband, Daniel Smith, was seen spending time with the 41-year-old Love and Hip Hop Atlanta alum in several videos that surfaced on social media on Monday the 23rd, the day before Jay-Z's article, his uncle's article. And he knew. Okay. People reached out to their reps, and there was no immediate response. In a video that appears to be reposted from her Snapchat account, the reality star and rapper filmed herself receiving a piggyback ride from Julez in a selfie clip as they two talked and laughed together during a night out. Tighten you do when you like somebody, Julez said. A few seconds later, she added, "My baby's so fine." He is your baby. Do you have children older than him? No, I'm just curious because I know Tommie got a couple kids. I think she got to have kids older than this boy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not opposed to a 40-year-old woman dating a younger dude. Okay, I know a younger guy, but he's not in his 20s. He's not in his 20s. Dating a 20-year-old is diabolical, period. Whether you're a man or a woman. Dating somebody in their 20s when you're 40-something is fucking insane. Okay, it's insane and it says a lot. But we all know the character of Tommie, and Tommie gives. I know women like Tommie who dated men who were damn near 20 years younger than them, and they were beautiful women. And I think it's something about the control. I think it's something about the control. I think they, because they're pretty, they normally have a lot of control over men. It happens. It happens. Okay. But I guess as you get older, you want to have you figure. I guess for a lot of people, especially somebody like Tommie, you figured out a lot of these old motherfuckers is playing with you, right? That's probably why like Drea had that baby with that athlete who was like 20 years old, that same age as her son and shit, right? Because you could control. And while men normally go for women, while older men in their 40s, whatever, attempt to go for women who are in their 20s, right? Because it's a sense of control. You can manipulate them because they're not old enough to even catch on to the fact that they're being manipulated, right? You call them childish and shit. And you get to adjust their behavior, even though Tommie might be the most immature 40-something-year-old ever to be on Love and Hip Hop. And that even includes Cardi Red, okay? I said what I said. And Jokely said, it's hard to be fine when carrying another person. Still fine, she said while laughing. Another repost from the same night showed her holding onto his arm after getting down from his back, laughing about their crazy weekend. Additional footage included in the Instagram carousel documented Joel and Lee inside of a venue watching a female performer. You can do that, a male voice appeared to be Joel said as he later appeared on camera. Sure can, 2 laughing emojis, and better was written over the Slap Shop video. The model who walked the runway, okay, we already know. We don't need his resume, people. We know who he is. The people on this channel know who the fuck he is. What? I feel bad for Beyonce. Beyonce did not deserve none of this shit. So her husband is trying to clear the air, right? And like bring them back to some stability, I guess. And then her fucking stupid ass nephew, yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. We all have a stupid ass nephew or niece somewhere. Well, I don't have no. My nephew and nieces are still babies, so I can't call it. But we all have a stupid ass nephew or niece or kid somewhere, and we know they just are destructive for the sake of being fucking destructive. Okay, so that happened. And on top of that, this is how you know he ain't shit. His grandmother's restaurant or pop-up shop. Hold on, wrong video. Got shut the fuck down. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Tina Knowles. She apparently had a pop-up eatery, and it's a freaking scandal. Okay, it's a freaking scandal. Okay, and he just adding to it with the ghetto. The ghetto was Tommie. He just adding to it with the ghetto. They have enough shit going on, and you just gonna be adding this shit. I would dissolve his fucking trust. Beyonce didn't have a trust set up for that boy. I would dissolve his fucking trust. Fuck around, you gonna find out. You want to be hood? You want to date the ghetto bitch? You want to live like that? Go live like that. I'm gonna treat you like I treat my siblings. Beyonce, I look so fucking shiny. Beyonce don't really pay attention to her to Matthew Knowles' other kids. She gonna treat Julez just like she treat them. Once you get mad, she ain't fucking with you. So let's get on to Mama Tina. So Mama Tina's out here trying to pop up shop. Okay, I think it's called Gumbo. Okay, so I'm gonna read this article. It's from Yahoo Entertainment. Why? Because Yahoo is nosy, and we're nosy too. Yahoo said Yahoo is a bitch. Yahoo said a scathing report. It said a scathing report is surfacing about Tina Knowles restaurant. The mother and of singer sensation Beyonce had a pop-up eatery on display in Houston this month. That place was shut down following a disturbing complaint registered by customers. Mama Tina Gumbo was among the eating spots open to the Houston rodeo last week. A chilling customer complaint, however, prompted the health department to investigate their food standards further. Apparently, Tina's business didn't meet several requirements. How, Sway? How? Beyonce got all the money to hire the people that know how to do. I know in like New York, I don't know about other states. It's probably the same way. But to like sell food or like outside, or even like, y'all remember back in the day when I was selling cheesecake, I had to have it was from the health department. It was like food preparation certificate. So it was something like that. I can't remember. But it's something that you have to take a class. And but I've actually took this because back in the day, my mama used to be the district manager for this big company. It used to be bigger than Starbucks back in the day. So I've always kind of had this certificate, like it's a food preparer's license. So to have a food preparer's license here in New York, aka you could sell food, stuff like that. Um, Even restaurants, everybody, if you work at if you own a restaurant, a pop-up, a food truck, anything where you giving food to other people that they're paying for, you need a food preparer's license. Okay. At a festival, at a carnival, at a whatever, you need a food preparer's license, right? So I'm assuming they have that in other states. I don't know. We here in New York, we not nasty. We not nasty. I don't know. So I'm going to assume that she had to hire somebody with a food preparer's license to run this shit. Because Mama Tina was not behind the counter handing out gumbo. Somebody fucked up. Somebody fucked up big time. Somebody fucked up big time. Or somebody fucked up and she was set up. But let's continue. It's hardly a ringing endorsement. Reports indicate that one dissatisfied customer apparently vomited up. Oh, shit. One dissatisfied customer apparently vomited up blood after consuming one of the gumbo dishes at Tina's eatery. I didn't know that. Was there, what the fuck was in it that you vomiting up blood? Along with that, they claim to have experienced chills, nausea, and a fever. Vomiting up blood is crazy. Vomiting up blood says to me, what are you trying to say was glass in there? I'm confused. These are a lot of complaints from the same person. Vomiting up blood, chills, nausea, and a fever? Like, what the fuck? So the news people, they connected the records of this matter from the Houston Health Department. The department found that some of the food at the eatery was cooked off-site, cooled down, and stuffed into non-food grade orange. Oh, damn! So the food was cooked off-site, cooled down, and stuffed into non-food safe orange buckets. Can't do that. That's one of the first. You can't do that. I already know you can't do that. As somebody with a food preparer's license, you cannot do that. It has to be in a food grade. Oh, they wild out. The food reportedly was transported to a refrigerated trailer, then thawed and served, allegedly. Tina didn't keep temperature logs showing the cooling or storing time of the gumbo. You need to keep temperature logs. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. The department's finding found that some of the food. Okay, I reread that. Meanwhile, reports show the food source for day one of the rodeo was not listed on the approved permit application. At the same time, the food prepared over a day before serving wasn't dated. As such, the restaurant was shut down last April. Tina was reportedly angry about Beyonce's pregnancy. That was because of all the gossip. What? Beyonce pregnant? What? Maybe they confused. Is Beyonce pregnant again? The restaurant closure is a wake-up call for Tina about what is and what is not acceptable. Health inspectors educated her and the staff on rapid cooling and thawing methods, as well as date marking instructions. You're supposed to put the dates on the shit, okay? Again, anybody with a food preparer's license should have known this. You're not even, honestly, I don't even think you're allowed to sell food. Like we have here in New York, we have, like, I go to the farmer's market, right? You can't even sell food at the farmer's market without a food license and to take this class to know that you can't do this shit. You can't even sell fucking. The only people out here trying to sell food without a food preparer's license is probably goddamn Mexicans who trying to sell peanuts on the train. But I would assume even they would know better, but I don't buy peanuts on the train, so I wouldn't know if it's bad or not. Anyway, Tina was reportedly angry about Beyonce's pregnancy. That's fucking with me right now. But okay. The restaurant closure is a wake-up call for Tina and her staff. Educated them. The health department had to educate them on rapid cooling and thawing methods, as well as date mark instructions. Operators reportedly agreed to stop preparing food off-site. Operators reportedly agreed to stop preparing food off-site. Along with that, they switched to a freezer trailer from a refrigerated one. Mama Tina Gumbo was clear to open a day after the shutdown. Okay, you should have been preparing it at the place. And even if you wasn't preparing at the place, how far are you preparing it? I'm just curious, because why do you have to freeze it? If you are selling food, my bad. I grew up with I live in New York City. I grew up with people who literally sell food. I know people who literally sell food every weekend in front of the Panamanian spot in Flatbush, okay? You make the shit. It is still hot and fucking fresh. Why are you making food, freezing food, transporting it, 5 miles, 10 miles? How far is it to then thaw it out? No. Somebody with whoever had the food preparer's license needs to be fired. Because what the fuck are we talking about? Even if you took them hot ass pots with you, whatever, and kept it going, that's better off than trying to cool it, freeze it, and thaw it in like a day. Yeah, it's gonna go bad. Real bad. Real quick. Oh, the only good thing happening right now this week, Beyonce is getting ragtagged, okay? Between her nephew, between her husband's interview. He tried, but then between her mama's pop-up being exposed for not understanding how to cool and reheat items, that why are you cooling and reheating items for whatever? They didn't pay me for the job, so I ain't telling them how to do it. Go hire somebody. They know how to do it, okay? The food preparer's license is free in most places. I know here in New York City, no, it's not free, but it's like $25. It's not that deep. Go hire somebody in Texas with a food preparer's license before you go out here trying to sell food. Or you go get the food preparer's license and don't do it. Don't be like, oh, that's just their rules. You don't got to do it like that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Back in the day, my mama, we used to sell sometimes, my mama very Panamanian boy. We used to sell some sort of foods. I'm not going to tell y'all what, because y'all ain't even going to know what it is. And there are rules to how you do this thing. You don't just be freezing and reheating. No, that's not how you do that. If you a bum ass restaurant, sure, I guess. But you're Beyonce's mom. That's not how you do that. That shit need to be fresh than a motherfucker. I don't care if you got to get up at 2:00. I don't know how long it takes to make gumbo. I don't know. I don't care if you got to get up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to have that gumbo prepared for when y'all going to open at 8 o'clock. If it takes 4 or 5 hours, I don't know. I don't know how to make gumbo. I should learn how to make gumbo because it sounds delicious. I buy gumbo. I just don't make it. But get your ass up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what we used to do. That's what I had to do when I was younger. My mama used to sell food. That's what my aunt does, who's outside the Panamanian restaurant every fucking Saturday selling her goddamn food. She's up at 2 o'clock in the morning frying hojalders and shit. That's like, it's like carne maniola. These things are like Panamanian beef patties, FYI, so y'all can understand what I'm saying. You get up, you don't make it the night before, freeze it, and then transport it in a non-food grade containers is diabolical. You don't need to do all of that. Especially you selling it, you serving it the next day. Why is it frozen, ma'am? Why is it frozen? What? I will say that Beyonce did get some good news this week. What's the news? Nicki Minaj is getting sued again. Nicki Minaj is getting sued again. Now we just got through a lawsuit where she literally almost lost her mansion, okay? Because her husband, we ain't even getting into him, but her husband, some dude in Europe. It was Europe. I don't remember the country. It might have been England. It might have been, I don't remember the country, but it was in Europe. And I guess they thought because they left the country that they didn't have to. That's not how that works. So she almost lost her house because, again, so I guess she paid that off so she could keep her house. They ended up going back to court. That's how we ended the year or started this year. I don't remember. She's always in some shit. But now we come to find out, mind you, I made a video previously, a couple of them, and it's been exposed already that Nicki Minaj is in major debt. Okay, she's in major debt. That's why she does all these Pink Friday tours, because she needs the money. She doesn't get the money from these tours. Okay, most of the money goes to the people she's in debt to. Okay, this is what happens when you. I guess this is what happens when you don't hire a good accountant. Okay, I don't know. So now I got this from the Mirror. Shout out to them. Okay, the Mirror's like, she was fucking with us before. She ain't messing with us now. We gonna expose it. So Nicki Minaj currently is being sued for allegedly skipping out on a $250,000 Jingle Ball bill. Woo! A lawsuit was reportedly filed against Nicki Minaj, alleging she owes over $250,000 in fees to a production company she worked with in 2023. Now, we already know that she has a habit of not paying her bills. Okay, that's why she's in debt now. And we have seen all of these hairstylists, makeup artists, people been dragging her to filth, especially since her MAGA ties came out. And they're just exposing that she's not a good person. She's a horrible person. She's really disrespectful. She'll expect you to miss your mama funeral. That's how she gives it up. Okay. And she don't like paying her bills. Okay. She thinks she could cuss you out and you just gonna shut up and let it go. That's not how it works. Sagittarius is. That's not how it works in real life. Sagittarius is. Not all of y'all, but most of y'all. Okay. So Nicki Minaj was sued for allegedly skipping out on $250,000 in production costs for 2 concerts. According to TMZ, a company named 24/7 Productions is suing a rapper and her company, Pink Friday Productions, for failing to pay for its services. The company first worked for Nicki back in 2020 at the MTV Video Music Awards and was sought out by the artist for her Jingle Bell performance ahead of the launch of Pink Friday in late 2023. The company is suing Nicki for breach of contract and seeking $275,000 in damages. The lawsuit comes after fans slammed the rapper for using AI tools to generate cartoon images of herself for social media because, I'm trying to be a little bit less aggressive. Okay, so just go with me now. The creative production company claims all production budgets were submitted in advance and approved by Nicki's team, including prices for on-site staffing and management, audio, visual, rigging, transportation, and other logistics. 24/7 Productions alleged that they fronted her team over 255 to cover expenses, but were never paid back the full amount. They also claimed the Pink Friday production was paid a whopping $650,000 for the super bass rapper iHeartRadio Jingle Ball performance that year. Okay, because we see it costs. Okay, yeah, she got $650,000 for the performance, but production. All of these things, she's spending money. She's like, oh, I got 650. That 650, 100,000 ain't your money, ma'am. You gotta pay the production company. You gotta pay your managers. You gotta pay your dancers. You gotta pay all of this shit. Then on top of that, you gotta pay your taxes. And then whatever's left over is your money. After allegedly attempting to collect payment for years and reportedly hearing, we'll look into this from Nicki's team, Nicki, whose real name is Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, was named alongside her production company in court documents. The lawsuit comes as the Anaconda hitmaker was aligned. Oh, we already know she aligned herself with the fool. So really and truly, the only good thing happening for Beyonce this week, a little bit of distraction from the foolishness, this is just bad energy, is Nicki Minaj stupid ass continuing to do what Nicki Minaj stupid ass does. And I wonder how many people does she actually owe money to? Because we know she's in debt, like major debt. But like production companies, like staff, she gives that energy of getting mad, firing you, and not wanting to pay you, thinking she gonna bully you or cuss you out. And I'm just curious how much money she actually owes to a bunch of different people. Anyway, let me make sure this lady ain't hit me up. Okay, the Uber dropped her off. She good. Let's look. Okay. All right. So Beyonce's having a hard week. I'm having a hard week. Like I said, I'm about to do a commercial break really quick, and then we're going to come back, jump into these comments, and if anybody, and I'm going to drop the link in case anybody want to come up, and yeah. Hey guys, it's Jovi, and we all know I'm all about living your life like it's golden and being healthy emotionally, okay? But more than just emotionally, we need to be healthy physically as well. As I get older, I decided that I need to take more vitamins, balance myself out. I'm iron deficient, D3 deficient, all the deficiencies, normal deficiencies for Black women who live in America. So I decided that I'm going to start taking vitamins, and not just any vitamins. I did my research and I decided that I was going to start taking Black girl vitamins. Why? Because they're made by Black scientists. Hello, Black doctors, okay, for Black women, aka they are formulated for our bodies, all right? Not those other watered down versions that don't really do it for us. These are made for us. And when I tell you I have been feeling amazing, I have been feeling amazing. I've also started taking their collagen as well, and it's really good. It mixes well. You don't even see it. I am just so excited about where 2026 is going to take us. Like I always said, I want you to live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it. And we have to do that not only from an emotional standpoint, standing on business, but also physically, making sure we are as strong and as healthy as we need to be in this new era of, So go to Black Girl Vitamins, use code Jovi to get you 15% off of your first purchase. Okay, guys. Hi, I'm back. I hope y'all are having a good day. Like I said, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on my other social media platforms. Okay, really, really appreciate it. Now, let's jump into these comments. Oh, also, like I said below, we are raising money. Okay, we are raising money. My baby beauty is going to Rome this summer. Shout out to her smart ass, okay? And I need to raise the money for the ticket. So all donations from now until I raise this goddamn money are going towards her ticket prices. If you would like to donate, she got to go to Rome. The ticket's about $1,200 and change right now. I'm looking at it every day. So again, all donations are thoroughly appreciated. Please don't forget to donate if you can. I don't care if it's $5, okay? It'll all add up. Thank y'all so much. Now let's jump into these comments. It is hot. These lights is kicking my ass. It is hot. Okay. Hello everyone. How are you doing? Hey DC, how you doing? Hey Pink Dot, how is everybody? She says she don't unsubscribe and subscribe again. Unsubscribe. If you don't get the notification, unsubscribe, subscribe again, and make sure you click all. That's what I can think. All right. Let's run through these comments. Y'all know last year she went to Brazil. It was a great experience for her. This year, like I said, she got into the program. It's when you have to actually, it's not one of the programs you could just pay and go. You have to apply, you have to get accepted. It's only a limited amount of, it's a big deal. And another kid won the prize from her school, because every school, it's like 3 schools in the country that give a prize. It's called the Rome Prize, and they pay for the students. She did not win the damn prize, which crushed me. The other day when I was live and I took a call and then I got off of here, that was her principal telling me that she didn't win. And I had to figure out a way, and I was crashed out. I ain't gonna hold you. I was crashed out for these last 2 days because I ain't got $6,000 plus the damn plane ticket. Okay, I don't have it. Most of us don't got it, honestly. But shout out to my bestie, she got it, and she just offered it. I gotta pay her back, but she offered it. And I normally try. I don't really like accepting things like that. I be arguing, I be fighting, but real friend. Shout out to real friendships, okay? Because I would do the same for her. So she's paying for the program, and I gotta pay for the flight. So my baby going to Rome, and she's about to have one of the best experiences ever this summer. I'm so proud of her, and I'm so excited for her. She said Italy has 3 Black friendly cities. Drinking my coffee. That's how I drink it every morning, with the collagen inside. Matter of fact, I gotta buy me another bottle of collagen. I need to buy me another, or probably 2, so I could just have I finally cracked open a new container. Blue Florida. I know. We're gonna talk about it later. We're gonna talk about it later or tomorrow. Or I might make a shorter edited video for it. But I wanted to talk about something that wasn't like the world may end. Bitch, why the fuck they talking about there are fucking crows flying over? It's not real, baby. baby. Biblical. What? Listen. I watched that. Y'all ever seen that show From? Y'all ever seen that show From? I watched From. I'm rewatching From right now. Because the new season's coming out in April. Crows ain't your friend, baby. Crows ain't your friend. All right. She said one of her sisters went with her school years ago. Yeah, it's really a really big deal. Especially for what she wants to go to college for. We've been working on that Common Core application since freshman year. No, before freshman year. Y'all already know. So they did offer, I will give the program its props. They did offer to move her acceptance to next year. So I would have enough time to, save up the $6,000 plus it's like $7,000, honestly, to save up the like $7,000 to be able to save to send her. And that's what I was going to do, but even she was like, the year before, the summer she's going away to college, that's a lot happening. And then my friend, shout out to my friend. My friend just said, no, I'm doing it. I don't, don't fight me, bitch. Don't argue with me. That's what she said. Don't argue with me. Cause she already know I was like, no, I can't. Don't fight me, bitch. We're doing this. And she's going. She's so excited. This is going to take her application to her college application this upcoming fall to the next fucking level. And you got to do what you got to do. She took them SATs on yesterday. Yesterday. She took them yesterday. She said she don't know. She think it went. Now, mind y'all, she did get in the 97th percentile of the country for the PSAT. But the SAT ain't the fucking PSAT. I'm scared. Can we be honest? I'm scared. I think we're gonna get the results in like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm scared. We're already signed up for the ACT. She takes that next month, like a couple of days before her birthday. I'm scared. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm petrified. What if she gets a bad SAT score? Oh my God. We'll gauge once the SAT score come back and then the ACT score comes back. We'll see which one she's going to take again. And hopefully she kicked ass like she thinks she did. Because she was like, it just seemed easier than I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, that's a good sign. All right. She said, your mom and me are close in age too. My kid couldn't call me. But she said, I would make him do it too. She always calling me for a goddamn Uber. She not even in my, I'm not even gonna say that because she drives. It's just the Ubers to the airport every fucking time. And when she comes back, I gotta call her Uber from the airport back to her cousin's house so she could get her car and go back to Palm Beach. Ooh, sweetest girl said your preteen shouldn't have to protect you from of minor accusations. Jay-Z is a lot of nothing. I don't think she shouldn't have to protect him. But again, I don't think it happened. I don't necessarily think it happened. I just don't necessarily think it happened. I think it was a lie. But my kid be for me. I be like, I don't need your help. I don't need your assist. Not physically fighting, but they go hard for their parents, especially if you a good parent. She wouldn't have had to ask. He would have told her, don't say nothing to her. She's gonna do what she's gonna do because that's her dad. It's fucked up that it has to be done. But am I surprised that she would have wore a Jay-Z shirt to school? No. My kid will windmill for me every fucking day. That's why I windmill for her. Well, that's not why, but that's just how kids are, I guess. Um, I would tell on myself as a teenager. I was mad, purposely getting in trouble. Anyone know what like? Okay, crazy that girl that kept saying that Jay didn't do nothing to him. She said, "What's crazy is that girl dad kept saying that Jay didn't do anything to him, to his daughter." Okay, okay, okay. She said, "I'm sick of that little pissy tail boy." You know that's what his mama be saying. She over it. She's like, this little boy don't fucking listen. He gonna lose his trust fund fucking around. Ooh, Mahogany said what grinds her gears is that everybody had a problem with Sky dating him, and they're only 2 years apart. I'm Sky. That makes sense. That makes sense. Even with Sky Jackson's weird behavior and all the shit she do, that makes sense. Sky wanted a light skinned motherfucker to be her baby daddy so bad. It should have been Julez. I'm just saying, if you want a baby mama so bad, and if she want a baby daddy so bad, hello, hello, that would have been perfect. She said Tommie was with Paris Hilton too. Oh my lord. Tommie is older than his mama. Diabolical. I believe she probably does have a great personality. I believe that. But what that got to do with the price of tea in China? She crazy as hell. She's crazy as hell. She's beautiful, but insecure. That is not a good combination. Beautiful and insecure will get you killed. I'm just saying. No, his mom and Tommie are not the same age. His Solange is like 39 or 38. I think she's like 38. Um, yeah, it's about control. That's why women date men who are that's why anybody dates someone who is that much significantly younger than them. Because it's about control. Like when my ex-friend did it, it was about control. She could have controlled this little boy. He was too stupid to understand that he was being controlled. That's how you get a lot of young girls thinking that oh, because I'm so mature for my age. No, you're not, ma'am. You are your age. He's immature, but he gets to manipulate you because you think that his immature ass is mature enough to tell you how to fucking behave, what to do, what the and you don't even realize it until you hit like 28, 29, and then you like, oh, I got guts. Because you got guts. Okay. She said, Fruit says, I think people just have a higher standard of being for black women, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it too. We should stand on business and have standards because I don't even think it's higher standards because I've said this before, especially when I'm talking about these people. I don't think they have none. I don't think they have any. The women. I don't think it's, oh, we black women got too much standards or anything like that. I just think that these don't have any. They're not raised to. They're raised to be, walked all over or driven all over or whatever. That's why a lot of their men are the way they are. They're not raised to really have any. Like, okay, you got some bread. That's about it. He got money. That's it. That's it. That's it. No shade. It is what it is. We understand it historically, right? Historically, you had to get married to the person with the most money. To be able to survive as a woman. I comprehend it. But in the good Lord year of 2026, these people, that's why they like to say that we're strong. And we be trying to figure out, like, okay, like, all right, like, when they say like we're strong or like we got too much standards or whatever, it just means that we have, in my opinion, we have self-respect. We ain't gonna just allow people to play in our faces. We're not just gonna play dumb for the sake of playing dumb. We're not gonna shut it off because if it's on in any sort of way, it might make you feel inferior. That's not necessarily what we're gonna do. We still, a lot of us gonna, pamper and break it nicely, but the fact that, I don't know, the fact that we are aware and don't just allow things to happen to us. That's a better word. Allow things to happen to us as easily as they might. That's where I think they get the strong from, or where they get the, we have too much like, because they don't have. They're not really raised to have. These are the same, no shade. And again, I don't be one, but these are the same people that a lot of the situations, their parents, like let's say a lot of them, but let's just give an example. Somebody ragtagged your daughter. Her husband ragtagged your daughter. A lot of them will tell the daughter to work it out. A lot of them will tell the daughter to work it out. A lot of them will disown their daughter. Even if the daughter's in the wrong. Let's say the daughter cheated, I don't know, they'll disown their daughter. I would never disown my child. You would never disown your child because she cheated on some dude. I don't give a fuck. Not that I don't give a fuck. Of course I give a fuck. I don't want to raise a cheater and all this shit. But am I disowning my kid? No. Is some nigga is some dude, regardless of the race, gonna ragtag my daughter, and because he's a billionaire, I'm telling her to stay with him? No. We're plotting on how to get everything as we go. Is my daughter gonna show up at my front door? We are not. What is her name? Oh my God. Tina and Ike. Okay? Tina mama hated her guts. Okay? Remember when she ran away from Ike and she showed up at the mama house and the mama called Ike to come get her? That's not normal for us. But that sort of behavior is normal for them. Anyway, let's continue. She said, what she said? DC said, poor Julez. He's light skinned with light eyes and handsome. His life is so hard, but his frontal lobe is not fully developed. So what can we expect? That is very true. That is very true. His frontal lobe is. She got to the gate. Oh, mommy got through. She got to the gate. She good. Good. She not missing her flight, because I was about to say. Listen, I don't want to or be with someone that older than me. I don't think that's cool. I never said I thought that's cool. I just said that I don't think he R-worded a 13-year-old or R-worded any, that's what I'm saying. I never said that, they 20 years apart. That's cool. I don't think it's cool whether the man is older, the woman's older, 20 years older, any of that shit. I don't think that's cool. That's why I'm talking shit about Tommie. But because Tommie is dating or is allegedly dating Julez, do I think Tommie is out here touching 12 and 13-year-old children? No. Because her mama wanted, he said, why your mama selling gumbo? Because she want to. OSHA, yes, that's what it's called. It's OSHA. The food, it comes from OSHA, but it's the food preparer's license. So they do have it in other states. Okay. She said you typically have gumbo in cold temps because hot temps tend to spoil with seafood in it. Okay. So you cook it and let it rock out. When you selling gumbo, and I don't know, I don't sell gumbo, but when you selling food, right? So you want to keep it cool. That's fine. Why are you freezing it? If you made it yesterday to sell today, it should not be frozen in between. Room temperature, sure. To it cool down, of course, right? But not to sell tomorrow. You shouldn't be freezing that. I'm sorry, you shouldn't be freezing that. Or if you're gonna, like I said, if you're gonna do some stuff, something like that, you should probably be getting up. Like a lot of these food preparers who work a lot of these events in New York, you get up at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, especially if it's hot food. If it's bagels or donuts or cookies, you can make it the day before, 2 days before, whatever. But if it's hot food, you get up that morning. You get up that morning and you fucking make it. And it rides out. Keep it at the same temp. No? I don't know. Buckets is crazy. Non-food storage buckets is diabolical. Okay? Okay. Let's go down. Let's go down. She said mom better sue the cook first. I don't know. I wouldn't sue. It would be stupid for her to sue. That's her bad, because she should have hired people to do this who had a food safe. Somebody said it. If she said, "Oh, I don't need it," or because somebody said it, she should have hired people to make sure her shit runs the way it's supposed to run. Beyonce would never. Beyonce, you got when you doing stuff like that, you gotta be on it. She should have been there the first couple, especially the first couple of days, to make sure everything is going well. That they managing that. Oh, how you do how this is supposed to be done. You gotta manage that. You don't just slap your name on some shit and send shit pound away for other people to figure out, and then you want to sue me. No. She said, why doesn't she open a boutique? I don't know. She said she was selling chicken and sausage gumbo and seafood gumbo, so I could see the hazard. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I think there are rules to food preparedness, especially when you selling food. And I don't know. In my mind, it's supposed to be made that day or the day before. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, we Panamanian. We don't sell food that we made 4 days ago. Like who raised you? I'm just saying, who raised you? I'm not selling food. I prepared hot food. I prepared 4 days ago. Fuck no. Especially seafood. Hell no. That morning, somebody, like I keep saying, somebody should have been up at 2 o'clock in the morning starting this damn gumbo for the day. Starting this gumbo for the day. And if it sell out, it sell out. Tomorrow you make a little bit more. That's how you sell food. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. We don't care how much it costs. Hey girl, Kia. She said my mama used to sell plates out the house and get up early to start cooking so she can start selling them at noon. Am I bugging? Right? Am I bugging? You get up early, you make the food, and you start selling the fucking food. You think them people who sell food out their house here in New York, especially like uptown, them fucking Dominicans be selling the plates, okay? You think they make that food the day before yesterday? Fuck no. They made that shit this morning. They were up at 3, 4 in the morning, and they made that food. And when it sells out, it's done. Tomorrow, if it occurs, and I'm like, okay, then maybe tomorrow I'll make more. That's how you sell food, fresh. You can't put your name on that shit. I'm not putting my name on no shit if we made the shit yesterday and froze it. Get the fuck out of here. No, I don't even want to eat it. I don't even want to eat it. I don't want to eat it. She said her sold cakes and pies. Well, yeah, at least cakes and pie, but like hot food, girl. She said Nicki gonna beat it. Nicki better beat it. Let me stop. I do. Her food, is she following the rule for the hair? Ooh, I don't know. Oh, let me kick you out since you don't. There you go. Don't be in my comments talking crazy, because I go through my comments, and if you're talking crazy, the best you can get out of me is to mute you for 24 hours. That whole just now got blocked. Just cuz. Hey Roxy, how are you? Ain't see you in a while. I went to Europe in high school, France, Spain, and Italy. I had so much fun. She's gonna have so much fun. Okay, everybody, if you would like to donate to this fucking flight, okay, to Rome for baby beauty, information is going across the screen below. You can send a Cash App, you can send a Zelle. Shit, you can even at this point, you could even put it in the super chat if you would like to, because I'll get the check before I have to buy this ticket. So like I said, all donations are thoroughly appreciated. We sending our girl to Rome. Okay, thank you. Please get these likes up. That would, at least that would make a little bit more sense. Cause she thinks she bad at she probably give that energy is like, well, I can do it better than my daughters could. Shit is ghetto, but whatever. Let me mute you. You see how I do that? I don't even argue with you. I just mute you. Thank you. Love you too, Fluffy. Mahogany keeps telling us about what grinds her gears today. Okay. And she said, why you encourage your daughter to stay in situations that's not good for her? Yeah, a lot of them. Listen, that is just, I'm not here to argue people's culture. That's just, that seems to be a lot of what it is. Okay. Forcing them to marry old men, doing all this weird shit. Not that it has not occurred in our culture, on occasion, but no. Not all of this foolishness. She said because somebody would know why she's selling gumbo. Elite said because she bought. She needed something to do. Okay. Why? Make it the day of. No way. And side note, they have places. I don't know if they have them outside of New York City, but there are literally places here in New York where you can rent a space. You have to have your food preparer's license, like I said, where they have industrial size equipment for people who sell food. So you would go in, you would book a time, you would go in, you would make it. Don't look me in my motherfucking face and tell me that Tina Knowles didn't have enough money to rent one of them places for a couple of hours, or to rent a table at one of those places for a couple of hours, or better yet, to buy the fucking equipment. We're not talking about making gumbo at my house, your house, for 5,000 people. This is Tina fucking Knowles. Beyonce probably got a couple kitchens. I want to hear it. We got to be rational. Now, I fuck with Miss Knowles. I fuck with Miss Tina. I don't want, I want like her shit to be successful. So don't get this as like, don't take it as like hate or something. But we have to know what we're doing. You can't just open shit and be like, oh, well, I had to make it before. That's ghetto. Because I didn't have enough space. Buy a fridge. Again, and you were better off cooling and leaving in the fridge than freezing. Buy a fridge. Hire staff to make the gumbo every day. Every day. If you could make it and freeze it, you could have made it the night and the day of, and the morning of. Again, I don't know. Let me see how long it take to make gumbo. We don't know how long it take hers, but on average, let's see. They said gumbo takes about 2 or 3 hours. So let's say even if Miss Knowles gumbo is extra and it's like 4 or 5 hours, that's fine. Make it the day of. Get industrial size. Rent the back of a restaurant if need be. This is Tina Knowles. She got money. How can restaurants do it every day? Good restaurants here in New York City, they do it every day. It can be done. Or have a batch going the night and the morning start another batch for your afternoon crowd. There are a lot of options that you can be able to pull this off. Again, it's going to be tight. Again, you're going to have to pay people. Okay, you're going to have to pay people, but it can be done. It can be done. Elite also said, I think she should have made sure she had someone on board who had a food certification and knowledge of how to properly store and reheat it for the purpose of selling it to the public. That too. Because her name is on it. Like, absolutely. Even if I had to go buy, I'm fucking Beyonce mama. Bruh, even if I have to rent out a space, a kitchen, rent out an old restaurant for a week, a closed down restaurant, send people in there, clean it up, use the equipment, make the fucking gumbo. The huge industrial size mixers, or I don't know how you make gumbo, but they have those things. I don't know if you need a mixer for gumbo. Probably not, but what do I know? She says she needs to open hair salons, not restaurants. I didn't say that. She did. Empress said she's from NOLA and she don't eat everyone's gumbo, even people I know very well from there. Listen. Because things go, if you don't know how to store food, storing food is because your shit could be amazing. But if you don't know how to fucking properly store your food, by you trying to give me some of that shit tomorrow, that shit is moldy. You done fucked it up. I could taste the frostbite. No, thank you. She said, when you unthaw it, you need to eat it immediately, and it can't be put in a warmer drawer table. See, so it shouldn't be frozen. That's what I'm hearing. It shouldn't be frozen. If anything, maybe it should be left at to cool down and at that temp, because if you made it that morning, it should still be all right? And warm up or whatever the fuck you do, them a serving or a couple servings at a time, maybe. Again, I don't make gumbo, so I don't really know, but freezing it sounds diabolical. And she just said, if you gotta warm it up by the unthaw it by the fucking cup. Why the fuck is you unthawing gumbo? If this is how it works, it should not be frozen. It should be fresh, or at least just refrigerated. Everything cannot be frozen. She said, I think the whole relationship is to get him into reality TV. He don't need her to get into reality TV. But maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. She said the prep times take the most. Cutting, cleaning up ingredients. It literally can take me all day to make it whenever I'm making a huge pot of it. Cleaning and shrimp is time consuming. She's not doing, I feel you. I'm not telling Miss Tina to go in the back and do that shit. I'm telling her to hire people. Let them go do it. I bet you would go, if you got like 3-4 people on your on the gumbo station, chopping and dicing and whopping and flopping, hire some fucking chefs. I bet you there's some chefs that need a job, some culinary students. Let them chop and dop and lop and dop a couple of hours for the night, prep this shit, get this shit going, boom. They don't even got to work the thing. Give them a couple $100. They'll do it. Order. Organization. This is just common sense. Or maybe it's just common sense to me because because I grew up with my mother working in the food service industry. Maybe. Okay, fine. My mama worked in the food. I comprehended these things when I was a kid. But like, my mama don't make gumbo, but like there's certain things that we make, right? You don't make it days before. Like we eat, it's like pig feet, right? Sauce. You don't make sauce 2 days before and freeze it. Now, sauce ain't supposed to be warm. It's not supposed to be warm. So it's fine, room temperature, all of that shit, but you still don't make it days before. The fuck is you doing? You up all night making it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. She said her gumbo take 14 to 20 hours. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't make gumbo. I don't know. It said 4. It said 2 to 3. I don't know. You need to cut that time down. Because no. I believe she included the prep time. It definitely takes all day to prep and cook. When making large amounts. Cleaning shrimp is time consuming. Yeah, it is. Go hire people. We need to stop acting like this. We talking about me and you trying to sell gumbo at the fucking shop, at the fair. Me and you is not trying to sell gumbo at the fair. Okay, Miss Tina Knowles can hire a whole fucking staff. Matter of fact, she could go and borrow Beyonce chefs if she would like. throw some extra coins, some extra bucks. I feel like Beyonce got more than one chef. Go get the chefs to go hire some student cooks or go hire some actual fucking chefs. The fuck? This is Tina fucking Knowles. This is Beyonce. She's a billionaire. Her mama couldn't afford a staff of prep cooks to prep this shit appropriately and to have it going so we won't be in this situation. Or maybe it was to save $1, but saving $1 will fuck you every time. Whenever you try to go around so you can save $1, you end up spending more money in the long run. Elite says she should have hired more help. Instead, she was partnered with Daniel Smith, Jewel's dad, helping her. He and I think only one or two other people. She needed more help. She needed a fucking crew. She needed at least 3 people in the prep, like 3 chefs prep. She needed of course the chefs would probably have the certifications. But on top of that, she needed people with the certifications. At least this is normal people 1. If I'm Tina Knowles, I need 2, or everybody who working in my booth need to be certified. If I'm Tina Knowles, this is my money, this is my brand, this is my image. Let Jovi go out here selling gumbo and we done blew up. It's everybody, because it just like your name is what's selling it. If it's fucked up, this item will destroy your name. So she needed about 3 prep cooks to make sure that shit is done every fucking day. There should be no frozen gumbo. I don't care what y'all say. There should be no frozen gumbo. Have them cooks in there. Just like I said, my mama back in the day, I remember when we wasn't in school, she at the it was like a Starbucks. It was bigger than this before Starbucks was a big thing. It's a place, it used to be called, I don't want to say the name of it, but my mother was a district leader. She worked her way up. I remember having to go when we didn't have school, having to be there to help her set up in the morning, when if we didn't have a babysitter, at like 5:00 in the morning. The chef was there, the dude who's fucking making goddamn croissants and shit, danishes and shit. The chef was there from 2-3 o'clock in the morning. The chef didn't come in at 5:00. They didn't bake them fucking croissants and bagels and shit the day before, and be like, here. The chef worked from 2, it was like 2 to 10 or some wild shit like that. 2 to every fucking morning, and made everything. Yeah, they had other things that, we need more of this. They put it in, that's how I started baking, starting to put the shits in. But the chef for the business, again, they had Starbucks like locations. They don't have that many now, but they were like on every fucking corner down here back in the day. The chefs worked from 2 to like 10 in the morning every fucking day. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. You need to have the people in, the prep cooks there, prepping the fucking food. Why would you freeze it? I know why she would freeze it. It wasn't her. It was Daniel. Y'all just said Jewel's dad was involved with it. Jewel seems silly in the head. Solange don't seem too silly in the head, which means Jewel probably got his silly in the head from his daddy. And of course, a man who does not cook, because a lot of these men don't know how to cook, would think, oh, let me just freeze it, and not understand. You can't have people who don't cook run your shit. If people don't cook or don't know how to, you should not be having men who people period. But if you don't know how to, if you the most you do is use a microwave, you should not be running a pop-up for nobody. For nobody. I said what I said. She said, I was thinking that. I was like, well, y'all cooking the shrimp for 3 hours? But okay. Okay, she can include the prep time. It does not take away from what I said. Beyonce didn't make sure the situation was very upscale because she's a grown ass woman. And I had my mama a grown ass woman, but you see, I had to call her Uber. But let something else that she's trying to do, and I'm trying to but no. They still, they think they know more because you're their child. So Beyonce probably wanted to help, but probably couldn't because her mother was like, I know what I'm doing. I'm grown. I'm older than you. I've been here longer than you. You think I'm stupid or something? That's how mamas act. Mm-hmm. And then you just got to let them crash and burn and be like, it's all right. It's okay. Please, yes, please misspell all trigger words. All right. I'm about to get up out of here. I got to go get a key. I got to get a key made. And I may go to the Board of Elections, or I may just save that for like Friday, because I got to go down to the Board of Elections to do something. But anyway, I appreciate you all for coming, for being here, supporting the channel, supporting me, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Before we get up out of here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow, please subscribe, and don't forget to live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it.